Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a Wednesday, so you know what it means here at the Wrestling for Life Network. We bring you AEW Dynamite live stream tonight. All your reaction to all the action. It's going to be a fun one. It's a packed night. Lots going on, lots to talk about, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So get in that chat, click all the buttons, and make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you AEW Dynamite tonight. It's going to be a fun one. What does TK have in store for us tonight? We're going to find out. We're going to find out together. But there's a lot going on, a lot to talk about, a stacked night, and actually a whole lot of reason to have some hope. There's some purpose, some reason behind what we're getting tonight. We're looking forward to it. It should be very interesting. And if they can pull it off, if it's a good one, as always, we're hoping. We want to see what they can do. We want to see if they've got it. We've had some ups, some downs, an interesting few months of AEW wrestling. But tonight, like every Wednesday, we're excited to see what it could be. Lots of rumors out there, lots of wrestling news out there. We're talking, Cope being added on to the WWE vault. It would be Edge against Cena. People are talking about that. People are talking about blood and guts, as we do have advantage matches, and it's a series. So not a bad take. We'll see how that looks. Lots to get into, lots to break down on this show tonight. Remember, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. Be a part of the family. Be a part of the shows. We are the channel that watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there. We do it at a different level. And be a friend. Save your friends from bad streamers, bad reaction, bad times. Come here where even if the wrestling sucks, we never do, folks. And again, we're looking forward to this one. So I got the hopium out of the way. Did I, guys? Girls, how we feeling out there? How you doing? You got Wednesday in the books, hump day behind us. We're going to cap it off with a little bit of wrestling tonight. Friday Junior tomorrow, and then, of course, the weekend is upon us. I will let everyone know we are back tomorrow, 8 p.m., for the Dirt Sheet Debate, another installment of the Dirt Sheet Debate. We haven't done one in a little while, and we're going to bring it back. Nick and I are going to get into it. We're going to talk some hot topics, and we're going to have a laugh while we do it. But if you don't know who we are, if you don't know who I am, because we aren't here, if you don't know who I am Mr. Everynight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. Back at it again, looking forward to tonight. And as I said, we start every Wednesday with the hope, with the excitement. Now, on paper, it actually seems better than some of the other stuff. Again, we'll talk about the little things that might not be the best or working right, but let's see what they got. As far as the card goes tonight, we're looking at the tournament. The tournament's still going on for the Women's World Tag Titles, the first ever. We already know that we had the Twisted Sisters, if you will, move on. We get the next match tonight. We will talk about that as Athena teams up with her former rival Mercedes, take on Willow and Harley. So again, it's a little interesting as we're building towards Blood and Guts. We're also doing the tournament. So, I mean, technically these matches could have implications into Blood and Guts, but we'll see how that works out. But we are getting this match tonight. We'll see how it goes. Orange Cassidy going to take on Claudio. Now, this is how it works. That's 2 out of 3. If you win 2 matches, if your team wins 2 matches, then you get the advantage at Blood and Guts, and we will get a few matches for that. 2 matches tonight for the men, 1 match for the women, and the rest of it is on Collision. And I'll tell you why I don't actually think that's a terrible idea for once. But we'll get into it, and we'll break that one down. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad show. Darcy will take on Danny Garcia. Darby will take on Danny Garcia as the second match of the men's advantage matches. So again, I think there's a good chance Claudio wins, and there's a good chance that Darby wins, and then that sets up match 3 on Saturday for Moxley and somebody. We'll get there. Queen Aminata, Megan Bain are teaming up, are going to one-on-one. The women's advantage match. This one should be interesting. Yeah, Darcy versus Danny. I got the Darcia mixed up in there. But Queen Aminata going to take on Megan Bain tonight. Again, best out of 3. So the next 2 matches will be on Collision. The only real issue I had here is the third match is Thekla versus Harley. Harley's already in the tag team tournament, so was Willow, so were some of the other people. But I don't know if Thekla and Harley should be the third matchup. Right? Queen's injured, so Queen won't even be here tonight. Who's replacing Queen, Randy? But we also have a trios match as Hangman Adam Page, your world champion, will team up with Eddie. Nick, they booked Eddie. Eddie and Hook will take on Hobbs and the Ops with Joe. I know we're setting up or we're heading towards Hangman and Joe at Full Gear, but we're getting the trios match here tonight. We'll see what it looks like. Again, a little bit of mix and match, a little bit of hodgepodge. Not quite sure how we got Eddie and Hook involved, but we'll take it and we'll see how it goes. Hope it's a good one. But that's what I know as far as being announced. I don't know if anybody has the update on who's replacing Queen Aminata. You're getting injured before you even get in there. And speaking of injuries, also reported today that Ishii has hurt his shoulder and he's out. So, I mean, the Stone Pitbull, the men, have you seen his shoulders? My God, they're bigger than mine. But they announced today that he's hurt. He's banged up. So, T's and P's, I'm a big fan of Ishii. Like him a lot. Don't love him, wandering around AEW sometimes. But I will accept that, and it is what it is. Want to see him bounce back, be okay. So, shout out to him. As far as last night goes, top 3 in the chat, Spaz, Jose, Damien. Shout out to all 3 of you. That is your little crown in the chat. The more you chat, the more points you get. Super chat, super stickers get you the bonus. Spaz has been killing it. Jose is a consistent guy on that chat, and so is Damien, the leader of the Hopium tribe. So shout out to all 3 of you guys. We appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming all night long. As right now, we sit about 7 minutes away from the start of the show. And let's start off by saying hello to the people, because I'm going to get behind, folks. I'm going to get a little behind on this one, as always, on a Wednesday. But Zach saying National Donut Day. There's a good one. We'll take that. Oh, more one. Cherokee George, welcome back. National Football Day in America. American Football Day. Okay. Shouldn't that be on a Sunday? Shouldn't that be a Sunday? National Redhead Day. Shout out to all the redheads. I may prefer a blonde, but hey. Oh, by the way, Thursday is National Nachos Day. So nachos and donuts and redheads and football. Sounds like Thanksgiving somewhere. National Men Make Dinner Day. Could be dangerous. That's just about every day around this house. So yeah, about most days it's Men Make Dinner Day around here, but that's by choice. But yeah, could be dangerous for some of y'all. But fellas, learn how to cook. Learn how to cook. The ladies like it. Learn how to cook. There's nothing wrong with cooking. It's good. It's good talent to have. Welcome back, Dennis. And by the way, welcome back, Cherokee George, in case I didn't say it. Marco Stunt is signed with Memphis Wrestling as an on-screen talent. Okay. I mean, I think if I was Memphis Wrestling, you sign Marco Stunt because it's got a little bit of notoriety. People notice it. People understand, he's been on TV. Again, how much is he really going to do? How much is he going to wrestle? What will it look like? It is what it is. I mean, no disrespect to the guy. I'll give him a shout out for trying to do his thing. So good for him. And let's go. Welcome back, Jose. Happy National Stress Awareness Day. So happy day? Is that what this is? Why are we happy about National Stress Day? I mean, then again, the Americans out there, if anyone knows anything about national stress, I guess it would be you guys. But no, shut out. Don't stress. And if you can't stop stressing, there are vitamins out there to definitely tone down that anxiousness, folks. So try not to stress. Let's go. Welcome back, Jose. Marco Stun has a new wrestling home working in Memphis. Got that one. And a mentor. So there you go. I mean, well, again, good for him. Absolutely good for him. Got that one. Wow, we have Orange Cassidy versus Claudio. Ought to be a good match. Would like Orange to win this one. Okay, so if Orange wins, that means Darby has to lose. Because I imagine this is going to go 3, right? Like, and that's the other question. Will the men's and women both go to the third match of the best of 3 series? Does that feel a little too predictable? Can one of these teams win both? Interesting. That becomes a question. Let me know. Darby versus Daniel Garcia. No doubt Darby should win this one. Okay, so then do we have the babyface win? Does Orange Cassidy win and beat Claudio, and Darby beats Danny, and then Jon Moxley has to go on and fight on Saturday? And for the life of me, I cannot remember who the fuck Moxley's going to fight on Saturday. He is going to fight Roddy. See, this is one of the dilemmas I've had with Blood and Guts this year. It's on a Wednesday. It's 2 weeks before Full Gear. I think you could have put it in Full Gear, made Blood and Guts part of Full Gear. I know people are going to say, well, they've never done that. They always do it on a Wednesday. I don't know that this is the best way to go about it. And I don't know that you have the best people in it. In the past, it's been like top tier talent that get into Blood and Guts. And I think everyone out there can agree with me on that. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I mean, you had the Pinnacle, you had, Moxley in the past be involved, Jericho. I mean, this Blood and Guts feels a little forced, feels a little meh. Darby, OC, Roddy, like, to me, it is the epitome of everything that people are not tuning in for. Let me know if I'm wrong. I think Daniel wins with shenanigans. That makes sense. It's very possible. I expect shenanigans across the board. But are you going to have shenanigans in both matches? Are you also going to have shenanigans? Are you going to have shenanigans? You like that? For the women as well? I don't know. Happening on Guy Fawkes isn't that the guy, the gunpowder guy? Isn't that the gunpowder guy? Does he get a day? I thought he botched his situation. Welcome back, Cherokee. We got you. Clay, I see you hanging out. How are you, sir? Welcome back. Could it be that they are saving the title matches for B&G? These just preliminary for that. Yeah, no title matches. These are not title matches. Even Joe and Paige, who are not involved, I mean, they're holding that back. They're doing the trios instead right now. They're setting that up for Full Gear. But yeah, no, this has nothing to do with titles. Nothing has anything to do with titles. So they're going to have all these matches, and these matches are just going to work themselves out. So we'll see. The interesting part is you're trying to tell one story with Blood and Guts, but you also have the same people in the women's tag team tournament. So there has to be some consistency, some crossover. If you get screwed here, you also get screwed there. Everything's kind of got to bleed together, work together, I think. But it looks like I'm 1 minute away. I haven't even said hello to half of y'all yet. But Ken, I see you. Jose got you already. Mike TV, let's go. Damien, let's go. Ken, welcome back. Mega, I see you. Almost AEW. Let's go. Ken, Jose, same names. MDB, the Knee Pad Patrol in the house. Our current champion, by the way, Jose, shout out to you. Wednesday night knee pads as Dynamite is kicking off. So Tony and Danielson on commentary with mask face. Oh my God, say his name and he appears. It's true. As we go back to last week, the big ruse. Brian Alvarez said this was genius. Nobody saw it coming. Well, go back to my live stream last week. I definitely saw it coming. I knew it was going to happen. I don't love it. I like that you play a little ruse. But again, it just all seems so poorly done. In my humble opinion, it wasn't good. And this whole it was so great. Well, then you got to give the same credit to the bullshit they do on things like NXT. I know Brian Alvarez right now is super mad about everything NXT does. And everything the WWE does is shit or it's boring. but literally had a guy standing there in the ring with a microphone, and the sound was clearly coming out of the loudspeaker. So it was weird. I called it when it happened. There's Tony there. So does Tony get beat up by Joe tonight? Like, is Tony in on the ruse? How does this work? I don't fucking know. But I didn't love it. But here we go. Whatever. You're like Blake Monroe. Who? What? I was going to say Cody Rhodes, but sure, Blake is fine. What? And here come the ops. So this is the group. I mean, again, Tony's got to answer. And if you want the story to make sense, if you want consistency to the story, this has to happen. So I give Tony Khan and the team credit because you have to do this. Let's go. I see myself like LA Knight. All right. Yeah. What up, Ronan? How you doing? Trios main event. Yeah. I could see the trios being the main event. I wondered if, like, the Death Ride, like, could, Tony, Darby and Garcia be the main event? Zippy, welcome back. You're looking good tonight. Love you. Love you. Love your show. Thank you, Zippy. Appreciate it. Tony Schiavone is going to get a receipt. He deserves a receipt. Technically, I mean, again, I was critical because it left doors open. And again, I'm being a little picky because I saw through it. There was no reason to bring all those characters in the ring. There was a smarter way to get there. But you get marks for doing this. Brian Alvarez is stooge. There's days where I agree with Brian, and then there's other days where I'm just like, the fuck, did he just re-up on the Kool-Aid? What is happening? And again, this idea, I heard a clip with him today where it was just like, like just talking about how good things are in one direction and how bad they are in the other. And it's like, just use the same measuring stick across the board. All right. Randy, welcome back. Saying hello to Bradley. MDB, we got you. Jake, the Tribal Chief, what's up? What's up? Villain in the house. Let's go. Valen, good to see ya. I don't follow AEW that much. Mega, a lot of people say that nowadays. Bradley, hello, everyone. This is this time next week will be Blood and Guts for 2.5 hours. Let's go, Bradley. It's going to be crazy times, busy times coming up, as now security is coming up to protect Tony. Tony, run! Run, Tony! Security blocking the way. Fix that. So now Tony's saying you're going to get more people hurt. Joe, sorry. I like this, but Hangman coming out to save the day. Jerome, how you doing? Guardian, welcome back. Hey, Farva. Where's that play? Did I say shenanigans? Shit. Let's go. I like that, Guardian. What's up? How you doing? Get well, Queen Amanada. I don't know what happened to Queen Amanada. I'll be honest. Blood and Guts doesn't do it for me. It doesn't do it for me because of the way it was set up. And to me, this Blood and Guts is just mid. And I'm sorry. I said it 3 months ago. The women's Blood and Guts to me was a bad idea. I don't like it. I honestly don't. And no offense to the ladies. It's just, again, prove me wrong. But I'm predicting a really bad match. I'm predicting a match that the sickos go crazy for because there's women bleeding, but everyone else on the planet scratching their head. And you're going to do 2 in a 2.5 hour show? Oof. What's up, Devin? Welcome back. Welcome back. As Hook, Eddie. Eddie having a good time. Eddie, Hook, and Hangman chase off the ops. Okay. The Hangman is right here. I like it. Raimi last night said she needs her better half. Who can that be? Would love if it's Chantel Monroe on Evolve or maybe a dentist. Brit. Well, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people talked about that comment, and what they said was, I'll get my better half for an exclusive interview. Like, is her better half an interviewer? Like, I'm not sure. But again, I can't see it being Britt. That'd be odd. Chantel Monroe, I mean, same name. We know Hook. Who gave the teenager the mic? Who gave the kid the mic? Wait. Okay. The trios title's on the line, but they're acting like it hasn't been announced that this match is happening. Anyone else confused? You want it tonight? Fine, you get a match tonight. Well, your boss already announced it. If Hangman, Hook, and Eddie Kingston win the trios titles, my mind's going to be blown. Wait, what the fuck are we doing? I think Mox is going to fight his better judgment. We'll see. Kyle, how you doing? What's up, Terrell? Valen, we got you. Villain, good to see you. National Stress Awareness Day is a real thing. I thought you might need to see it since you're watching Dynamite. Jose, nothing but love, my guy. I appreciate that, and that's true. No stress, ain't no thing. Remember, I'm like the low stress guy around here. Brian Cage had another knee surgery. Time to call it a career. I saw a video. I actually listened to a good chunk of the video. I admit I didn't make it all the way through Claw 2. I don't know. I mean, he's a strong, athletic guy that maybe if, the circumstances are right, yeah, sure, maybe he can come back. But he's been through a lot, and I don't know. I say this respectfully. I don't know how high his stock was. Is anyone dying? Like, to me, Brian Cage is like Ryback 2.0 a little bit. National, not as Dickie, though. He's a little more sincere. Got it. Tanisha, welcome back. I'm watching Chicago TV as always. Let's go. KJ, I'm ordering Domino's. I don't cook. Learn to cook. Let's go. Lee, what's up? Great talent to cook. Love it. Let's go all day, every day. What did I make? I made lasagna soup today. That's what I made today. How y'all doing? 5 minutes left. Now I'm working backwards. ABJ, let's go. Do you follow JCW? Follow as in I see it. I'm aware of it. I know the party's in it. I have a really good friend with the fucking Running Man tattoo to him. But yeah, like consistently like watching, keep up on it. A little hard to do being that we do this so much and they are what they are. But yeah, I can't say I really do if I'm being honest. Right now, up next, Orange Cassidy. This is like Tony Khan treats his like booking like a GM would approach a baseball game. And maybe I'm still in World Series mode, but it's like Orange Cassidy is the opener, right? Guys like Darby and shit are closers, but Orange Cassidy is your opener. I would love to know the stat on how many shows Orange Cassidy was the opening match. It's got to be a lot. It's got to be a good percent. Outside of him being injured, as he's got a Chuck E. T. figurine or stick puppet. But Orange Cassidy, and again, the odd thing is, as much as I like Orange Cassidy, he's not a high energy guy. So you start off a lot of your shows with like Jane, and I say it all the time, like, it's not super exciting. I've owned the top 3 for a solid 2 weeks. Let's go. Hello. Dynamite. Welcome back, Boston. You know what that means? It means I'm going to have a headache in an hour and a half. Claw 2 has arrived. Mina, what's up, Safit? Mina replacing. Okay, Mina. I'm never going to complain we get more Mina. Now, Queen Aminata can wrestle. She's a strong talent. It's unfortunate that she's not getting this opportunity because she doesn't get a lot of opportunities. She gets thrown in matches. She kind of gives you those natty Dolph Ziggler vibes of she'll go 10, 12, 15 minutes with somebody, but she tends to lose more than she wins. And so I like her. So when already I'm concerned about the talent level in Blood and Guts, here we go. And Queen's out. Mina's in. Now, Mina can go. I like Mina, but Mina's more look than anything else. As Claudio stalks his way to the ring, and Orange Cassidy lounges waiting for his participation. Is Mox wrestling tonight so I can take a nap? No. As Orange Cassidy jump starts, Tope out the gate. European. No, he got a second. Second Tope. All right, starting off with some fun. Let's go. Moxley will fight in the third match on Collision. The reason I'll give them points or compliment for this is I've said for a long time, you got to give people a reason to watch Collision. More and more people are tuning out of Collision. Their numbers are dwindling. Nobody really gives a fuck about it. A lot of throwaway matches. Tony Khan truly does not seem to give a fuck about Collision. We don't do a lot of Collisions live because we do a lot of pay-per-views. And, you know, it's nice every once in a while to have a Saturday off. And Tony is not giving us a reason to show up. And that's on Tony. I don't know what his reason is. I don't know what his thought process is. But I think he launched a show for Punk. Punk's not here anymore. And the show is just like the bastard stepchild that he can't be bothered with. So to put Moxley over there, and you can say, don't miss Collision, as we will find out who gets the advantage for Blood and Guts. To me, that is smart booking. That is trying to draw an audience to your Saturday night show. But if he wants Collision to be anything other than what it is now, you got to make it live and you got to make it matter. You can't just keep doing this of, you know, taping it. Everybody knows what happens. FTR is announced to be speaking tonight. Yes, FTR is going to come out and chit chat. Strawberry and Chocolate was short-lived. Very short-lived. I really want to see Hangman and Lashley. Yeah, I mean, Bobby, very interesting how Bobby's going to work out. We'll see. He's still messing with Ricochet, right? I can't tell you that it's a surprise. All right. We'll find out. Oh. Chris, welcome back, sir. Good to see you. Did you see Tony Khan announce the national title? Wait, what? No, I did not. What do you mean? Did that happen in like the hour I had dinner? I'll be late. Navalin, we got you. So what is the national title? The fuck are we doing? I missed this. I will 100% say I missed this. Is this real? Tony Khan is expanding AEW's title picture once again by reviving a piece of wrestling history. It was alive. The ex-Twitter AEW president revealed the creation of AEW National Championship, which will be officially introduced at Full Gear. Khan was joined by veteran announcer Tony Devon, who helped explain the historical significance of the title. The AEW National Championship pays tribute to the legacy of the National Championship once defended on TBS. All right, so we're still digging into create new shit, Tony. Fuck the old WWE guys. Stop doing WWE gimmicks. Stop going to get NWA titles and AWA shit. I get it. You're a mark. You like it. There's way too many fucking belts, right? We have belts in this fucking company that we're not even sure who, like when are they on the line? When are they not on the line? Are they consolidated? Are they not consolidated? To me, this is just fucking stupid. What's the difference between the national, the continental, the international, the unified? What are we doing? Why? Why is this a thing? Fucking dumb. Not according to Khan, it will also be defended in Ring of Honor, so a nothing one. New Japan Strong, which basically just, am I incorrect? New Japan Strong pretty much packed up their tent and went home, so I don't know how much that's happening. The ongoing tournament, the AEW first. So there is going to be a men's singles title. Add another layer. Tony Schiavone will appear in tonight's AEW to provide details. The lineage, we don't care. What do you think AEW is? Like, again, they're trying to rely on a lineage that doesn't exist. Their lineage, create your own. You guys keep talking about Tony and the Trailblazer and this innovative guy that's come in and created so much. But all he's doing is ripping off shit. And in a lot of cases, he's doing it worse than it was done. It should not be this complicated to understand who are champions in your company. And I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm here every fucking Wednesday And even I have to stop and think, who has that belt? Who has this belt? What's that? Who's this champion? And like, again, you got trios belts that don't matter, but they're being defended tonight. So I don't fucking know. So what are we doing with a national fucking title? What is the fucking difference? Let's go. Hugh. TK is talking about the Khan lineage. Yeah, I mean, again, you know, we talked about the cash-in, and MJF still has the contract and cash-in. That, you know, we know where he got the cash-in idea. But then he says, no, we're not going to do that anymore. We want to be unique, so you have to announce. We're still going to have a match, and you get a contract, but then you got to announce it. Okay, so that's still kind of someone else's idea, but fine. You know, people want to take a lot of credit. Well, like, Stadium Stampede was never a thing. It was. It just wasn't called what Tony called it. Tony is regurgitating just about anything and everything. And we know why. A lot of what he's doing is influenced and often seemingly dictated by guys like Dave fucking Meltzer. But this national title makes, like, how do you make everybody a fucking champion? Like, you sign with the company and punch in my microphone and you instantly get a belt. Like, it's like a fucking participation medal. I think the WWE has too many titles. AEW has triple that, I feel. Am I wrong? Belts everywhere. There's constantly champions from other companies. You got members of your company champions elsewhere, which is fine. But it's just belts fucking everywhere. And none of them mean anything. I don't get it. TK got rid of a title to add another. Why did he backtrack? What was the title he got rid of? The fuck are we doing? Ranson take 15. Yes, it's ongoing, but it's such an afterthought, Chris. Something we will get a tag title match tonight. I didn't put a poll up, guys, by the way. I'm sorry for that. Just missed it. But we are getting Athena teaming up with Mercedes to take on Willow and Harley. Again, this is definitely feels like a slam dunk for Athena and Mercedes, unless their wires cross, unless they can't get along. If Mercedes is the first ever women's AEW women's tag title holder, it's embarrassing for everybody involved. And I will remind everybody, that little saint that people like to cheer for sometimes, she walked out of a company because she was too good for tag titles. So think about it. What's up, Wesley? Welcome back, Wes. Ranty Jackson. I like that one. I want to see Jurassic Express. They are my favorite, Zippy. I'd love to see them. I don't mind them. And I'd like to see them do something. I'd like them to literally kind of get their divisions formed. There is no real shape to any of AEW's divisions. Everything's so fluid, but to, I think, a detriment of the company. You know, Dave Meltzer out there thinks they write too many stories. That's what kind of fucking dumb shit that we got to deal with. We get no story. We get very little story. We get pop-up book writing. But a guy like Dave thinks AEW has too many. Stop listening to Dave Meltzer, Tony Khan, Will Washington, whoever the fuck's out there that can hear my voice. If you can hear me, stop listening to Dave Meltzer. He doesn't have a fucking clue. And the fact that he got his grubby little gross hands in this cookie jar with Tony because Tony went to him because Jim Cornette wouldn't do it. Now here we are. But Dave doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Doesn't have a fucking clue. That's how fucking simple-minded this idiot is. Oh, there's too many stories in AEW. The fuck are you talking about? As we get a Hurricane Rana, hands in pockets. Pockets, dropkick. Wasn't there a Mid-Atlantic title in there somewhere? Yeah, it was. No, not Mid-Atlantic. It was like, was it the Atlantic became the Continental? I don't know. Guys, there's too many. Chris, I appreciate it, man. You earned it. Thank you so much for the super chat as well. Nothing but love. We appreciate you. I don't know why. Like, sorry, I didn't see that. Literally between dinner and now, I did not see the fact that they announced another fucking title. Like, what are we doing? Like, it just seems like such desperate hope of hot shotting, but there's nothing there. All right, let me scroll down. All Atlantic became the International. Thank you, sir. 2 count, 2 count. Not bad, but kind of fun. Pardon me. Do the sickos like he's got his own little herd of sheep? That's the problem, Jose. And those are usually the ones online that are just can't wait for his star ratings and tell you how great Cage Match said the shows and the matches are. He has a weird pocket of gross little people that just follow his every word. I've had people online tell me like, "Oh, Dave's been doing it for so long. How dare you criticize Dave?" Listen, Dave's got more years in the business than a lot of people. Fair enough, but that doesn't mean he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And he's lost the plot in such a like people say he is so fucked. It's almost like the Russo effect of he is so bad we think he's faking. Like the old rumor, was Russo a plant to ruin WCW? That's what like Meltzer is to me of like people, he's so bad. People are like, is he just trolling? No, he means this shit. He lives this shit. And there's morons out there that just follow him blindly. Yes, match still going. Not a bad match, though, if I'm being honest. Orange is even Claudio right now. Again, it should be a power guy against a not power guy, right? KJ thought. All right, KJ, thoughts on $1 million match between Kenny Omega, Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks? Stop it, dear Tony. I wrote you. You still ain't calling. I stop it. Stop all of this. The $500,000, the $50,000, the $1 million matches, they are nothing. They are a footnote. They're not brought like they're not bragged about. They're not advertised at a huge level. They don't feel like a pivotal part of anything. Again, it's an attempt to hot shot, but there's no substance. It's a dud. It's a firework without a spark. So he says, "Oh, $1 million match." But it's fake, and we know it, and we can see through it. And again, idiots like Meltzer will go, "Great," and it's not. It's not good. It's just unnecessary. Tony Khan should be selling the athletes. Tony Khan should be selling the shows, the booking, the angles, the matches. That's what Tony Khan should be selling us on. Not the gimmicks. Tony Khan is very insecure. Tony Khan is very uncertain of himself. Tony Khan is very easily influenced. And I'm just saying this on observation. I could be wrong, but I highly doubt it. And I'd happily talk to Tony Khan any day about it. But the truth is, Tony lacks confidence in his decision making. Tony lacks confidence in his directions. We've seen it with we get a stun dog millionaire off the second rope. OC's going to beat Claudio. Maybe. Uppercut. So if OC beats Claudio, then you know Danny's going to beat Darby. Oh. Another European, a huge one. Wait, what? Even the crowd in the building did what I did. So Darby would beat Danny, which makes more sense. I'm good with that. When did a European uppercut become the finish? You're throwing each other off. Like, what are we doing? That was the finish. I enjoyed the match. I did. I agree with you, Mega. It wasn't a bad match. Wasn't like again, not overly pulled in. I think because of Orange Cassidy, but it was a good match. Overall, good match. I just don't. Why a European uppercut? Too long. I agree with Chair. Definitely was long. Good match. Crowd went silent. Yeah, because we see damn near murder in the ring. We see pile drivers getting kicked out of. Consistency is king. And again, it goes back to Tony not kind of having the balls to stand forward. But I got Mark Briscoe, Renee Paquette, Kyle Fletcher, and Don, don't call me penis head, Callis. This is so crazy. Wrestling is dead. 2025. Been watching the same shit for 5 years straight. Well, I wouldn't say wrestling is dead, Paul. That's a bit of a big leap. There is definitely a lot to talk about. I know Nick and I are probably going to talk about it more tomorrow, but there is a lot to talk about as far as desire, about how are you interesting your fans. For the diehard fans like us, like, we watch all of this fucking wrestling. And I'll be honest, over the last while, being excited to watch a wrestling show has been a trick. I can't tell you the last time I was like, I can't wait, like truly couldn't wait for a show. Like, I was like, this is gonna be good. I'm so pumped. If I wasn't coming on doing this with you guys, I don't know that I'd be watching some of this shit. But 2025 has had interesting times. And as I said last night, like, this week's a great example. Raw, man. NXT, man. Tony can hit a home run and be the best show of the week. Doesn't happen very often. But we'll see if he does it. Again, if WWE is on a downturn, instead of all the fans spending all their time watching WWE programming and bad-mouthing everything they do, spend more time amping up your brand. Be fun. Be exciting. Be cool to hang around with. But if all you're doing is just fucking sour grapes and whining and da-da-da, then nobody's going to want to do it. And then you push people away and people don't want to watch it. Jesus fucking Christ. Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe, Full Gear. If Mark loses, Mark joins the family. Because he seems like a natural fit to join the rest of the fucking hodgepodge crew. This is crazy. Mark Briscoe never quits. I love Mark Briscoe. You could be doing so many good things with Mark Briscoe. I do like Mark Briscoe having an ongoing rivalry with Kyle Fletcher, veteran guy. Fletcher get a lot of experience working with Mark. But Kyle Fletcher's not losing the TNT title, right? Really need a way to recruit more? As we are now showing the fans at ringside who look more awkward and confused than anything else. There you go. Callis is just like Heyman, but with less talent and charisma. Yeah, it's like that time, I dated a girl that looked just like Charlize Theron, but shorter and her face was different. Like, yeah, what are we talking about? Don Callis doesn't do what Paul does. Don Callis doesn't have the swag of a Paul Heyman. Doesn't have the delivery, the charisma, the approach. Don Callis spends too much time on commentary and not managing his actual talent. I don't think Don Callis fully understands what the expectation for him is, and there's nobody there to tell him how to do his job. So Don's not terrible, but this whole Callis family thing's a mess. But right now we go to a commercial break. We're rolling on. We want one match in the books. I'll quickly finish my thought. If it wasn't for this channel, I wouldn't be watching AEW anymore. But since we are here, I try to engage and have some favorites, but it's futile. I'm with you, buddy. Like, and you've seen me go through the ebbs and flows, and every Wednesday we start with hope and excitement, and we want it to be good, and we want it to be strong. We want it all to make sense, and it just doesn't come together. And for some reason, that makes me an asshole. For some reason, that makes me a hater. For some reason, people can't get over it. And I don't know what to tell them. I honestly don't. I watch the show. If it's good, I praise it. If it's bad, I don't. I'm not watching good TV going, this sucks. However, ironically, I feel like that's happening in the other direction quite a bit. So I don't know what to tell you. TK will find a way to fork it up tonight. Real quick, back to what I was saying before all that happened. Tony Khan needs to develop confidence in himself, in his booking, and put forward the best program possible. All these extra titles, all these money matches, all these gimmick matches, all the over-the-top stuff, all the shit that covers up that this isn't actually where the best wrestle, that this isn't actually good pro wrestling in a lot of cases. He needs to dig in. If he's going to be the best, if you're going to be where the best wrestle and you get the best matches, then you set that bar high. But you got to be ballsy enough and confident enough to put that foot forward. You don't need $1 million match, because now you're trying to sell us. But if Kenny Omega's a star and a draw, if the Young Bucks are draws and stars, if any of the talent involved are stars, the stars sell it for you. You don't need the stupid stipulation. You don't need the gimmick. You don't need the extra stuff. But you do the extra stuff because you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in your talent. You listen to a guy like Dave Meltzer who doesn't have a fucking clue in the world what the fuck he's watching or talking about. But at the end of the day, this all comes down to Tony Khan. And I think Tony Khan loves and likes a lot of what he sees. I think there's things that happen on his show and in his company that he doesn't have enough control over. But Tony's got to ball up. We don't need all these extra titles. Get rid of the extra titles. Make the ones you have important. Make Adam Hangman Page a fucking star. Not a star to 900 people. Not a star to fucking 3,000 people. But an actual nationally televised star. And you do that by lining them up with heels. Lining them up with enemies. And you make them feel big. You don't need all the extra stuff. What? Okay, so I didn't realize. Why is Josh Alexander in this match? And what are why is Josh here? Well, you guys can stop me. And if you guys think I'm criticizing Tony Khan, and anyone out there thinks, man, this guy hate. No, it's not actual hate. It's constructive. It's positive. It's Tony, you can do it. Just throw out all the extra shit. What's up? Taste the Painbow. That is fucking nice. KJ, my man, I can't help but agree with you 100%. TK is a pushover, and the inmates are running the asylum, and that becomes the dilemma. The fact that, you never really got a payoff for Young Bucks and Punk and Adam Page and all that heat never led to money in the ring, hurt this company so bad. Not having the ability to sit down with people. We've heard how many stories, Big Swole and CM Punk and a list of people that have gone on about, well, I just got ghosted from Tony. I haven't heard from Tony in weeks. Where's Tony? What's Tony think? What is Tony? It's not a way to run a business. You got to do a better job running a business. All right, so the Bucks are now being surrounded by half. Like the Don Callis family is like a Disney sports team where there's only 6 people on the team and everyone else on the team's like background fodder. That's what this is. And Okada just smiles at him. Hi. Do you remember they were in a group? No payoff, no breakup. Again, there's not enough things in AEW paying off in the ring. It's just not happening. And if Tony spends all his time, well, I can't have FTR beat the Bucks because then the Bucks are going to be pouty, then they need to leave the company. I can't have the Bucks beat FTR because then the FTR will be pouty. Then they need to get out of the way. You need people that understand what they need to do. And I'm not saying either one of them have denied it, but egos have almost been one of the biggest problem for Tony Khan is all these soft fucking talents. The ones that have to get on the internet and fucking argue with people because they're that fucking simple-minded as I break my shit. Can you still hear me? But here comes Mercedes Moné. It's the young reluctant. So, the Elite are a group. They kind of dissipate. They all beat up Tony Khan because Jungle Boy comes in, and then that all happens. Then Jungle Boy and Jungle Express came back, and they were going to fight the Young Bucks. Now they are at Full Gear, but with Kenny. Josh Alexander gets thrown in there. Why? I don't know. We forgot Okada was a part of the Elite, I guess. I don't know. Kenny got fucking hospitalized by Kyle Fletcher. Apparently forgot that happened. And we get the "See No" on the screen at this point. One of the worst parts of this program, to be honest. Big pop for Athena. Athena got a much better pop than Mercedes Moné. I just want to point it out. And that's not Mercedes hate. That's an observation. So up next, Harley and Willow will take on Athena and Mercedes. Craziness. Athena gives me warm. I love Athena. I think she. Let me rephrase that. I wasn't the biggest fan of Athena until this run, and I think what they did to her, I think they did Athena dirty. The fact that Athena went like somebody out there can let me know what the actual number is, but Athena goes like 400 plus days undefeated, and then all of a sudden you bring her in to lose to Mercedes, and you shit all over. Now you're in this angle together. It better pay off. But Willow's got everybody smiling. And Ricky, it's a pleasure to meet you. Yeah, YouTube's fucking around with shit. So, but hopefully they get their shit together and put that back. Ember Moon and Sasha Banks for the win. It's funny. All the talk right now about Cody, Ethan Page, Ricky Starks, Punk. By the way, AEW fans, dear AEW fans, stop claiming Punk and Cody as yours. You got to stop doing it. You pushed them out of the company. You didn't want them there. They weren't yours first. Stop claiming them. But yeah, stop claiming them. But for all the talk about former WWE now, talent having belts, I mean, again, Mercedes, former WWE, Athena, former WWE. We got Joe on the screen, former WWE. Claudio just won a match. And again, the argument is, okay, so you brought in WWE talent and you put them in the mid card. It's kind of an ass backwards thought process. Hey, we traded for these players. I guess we shouldn't win the championship because then the other team will get all the credit. Nah, we got your talent. We signed free agents. Now we get to maximize them. AEW gets no claim to that. All it does is expose Tony for not utilizing them as well as they could have been. Athena gives you warm, fuzzy feelings. It has to be Monet, right? It has to be, technically. And again, so these women are involved in Blood and Guts as well. So we're kind of crossing our wires here, are we not? Am I crazy to think that? It was definitely a future world champion. Well, she's another lady that suffered under Mercedes Moné. See, what happened was Willow had a match with Mercedes, and in that match, Mercedes fell and broke her ankle, or I think it was a break, but hurt herself. She was out of action. Willow got the belt. Then Willow did not have a belt in AEW, but Mercedes was coming back. So they gave the belt to Willow just so she could drop it because somehow Mercedes needed revenge for hurting herself. So Willow got trampled by the Mercedes Moné machine. Swallowed. Athena swallowed. Mercedes Moné, and I know there's sickos out there, and I know there's the fucking simps out there that want to defend this lady. If she could cut a good promo and have a good wrestling match, I'd support your fucking dreams. But she can't. She doesn't. She's another example of all smoke, no fire. They can't claim Cody when he brought back the IC title. The white IC title. How long has Athena held the Ring of Honor World title? Forever. And they had a really good storyline with Billy Starks and the Minions. Damien, I know you know. And, why didn't that pay off? Why didn't the Minions eventually turn on Athena and get that belt away from her? And now you could use her on this show. Well, you could anyway, but you don't. I'd like to hear your thoughts on Queen Aminata. She's one of my favorite wrestlers. She's outstanding. A great talent. A lady that I think in the right environment could really excel. As we get jump up insecurities in tandem and a hip bump. 60% taking Athena Mercedes. I'm surprised it's that low. Queen Aminata is great. I talked about her earlier. I'm disappointed that she got hurt because she undefeated in Ring of Honor, Byron, because she has been beat. You see the blemish? You see the asterisks? You see what happened, right? Back to this. Queen Aminata. Yeah, I mean, Queen, she's so good. And she has really good matches. I think she brings out the best in people. Sets up the tope through the legs. And what the fuck just happened? Did you all see what just happened there? It was so fucking ugly, but so Athena did Mercedes finisher on Mercedes onto Harley, and we all know if you get a finisher onto another human, it does not hurt. Stupid. Mercedes or Kalani, who has more aura. Oof. I think Kalani is everything. Kalani wants to be the next Mercedes Moné, but I think she wants to be the Sasha Banks. She wants to be the person that gets in the ring and has the matches. I've seen a lot of criticism about Kalani lately, and I would agree the criticism is earned, especially because they put the knockout titles on her. And I could say to you guys, she's still learning. She's still young. She's growing. Yeah, she's not a great promo, but some of our favorite promos, if you go back to their developmental days, weren't great at it. They took time. But then you're like, okay, I agree. It takes time. Why did you put the belt on her? Why did you put another company's belt on her? That's the thing that confuses me. Like, you can't really go to the well of, well, she's just learning. All right, then don't make her champion. But Mercedes definitely has more aura, and I think Mercedes lives on her aura. Mercedes aura that she has created, like I said, it's all smoke, no fire. Kalani is trying to build the fire. She just hasn't yet. And I don't know that she ever will, but we'll find out. I'm sorry, Willow and Harley is such a random team. Willow and Harley, Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter. No idea. 2 teams. Don't get it. And again, you want to throw stones. You got to be able to take them back. Cakes. Well, there you go. Mercedes can have 100 titles and still have no aura. Athena just got a bigger pop than the lady that came out with 12 models holding belts that she apparently owns. Do you see the dilemma there, guys? And I don't care how much you love Mercedes Moné. At the end of the day, Benny, thank you. But at the end of the day, Athena got a bigger pop. That's just the way it is, guys. You can't deny that. That's not hate. That's what happened. It's right there. We saw it. We watched it. Who cares? Yeah. Athena should have beat Mercedes 100%. You had an opportunity to make a star. And this is what, and there's certain people out there that I can't help get annoyed with. The people that want to shoot down everybody that criticizes Mercedes, if Mercedes was helping women's wrestling, she'd put somebody over. There is only one person Mercedes Moné cares about. It's Mercedes Moné. Period. Crucifix bomb. Willow in with the double spear. Match a little chaotic, a little fun. Let me roll back down. Love it. Keep the chat coming, folks. Keep it busy. Remember, we want to see triple digits in this chat every single night. So be a friend, tell a friend. Anybody you know that loves wrestling, let them know about the Wrestling for Life Network. Save your friends from bad streamers, bad reactions, and give them a place to hang out and have some friends to talk wrestling with all day, every day. You can check out all our socials, our Discord, and all that we have to offer. I agree. I like that. The pop is the most. Listen, MVP had a good thing, and I even saw people trying to like twist it and like MVP doesn't get it. Like, no, you can't say that about everybody. You can't say that, all these people, Gail Kim doesn't get it. Sarah Stock doesn't get it. MVP doesn't get it. Bully doesn't get it. Jim Cornette doesn't get it. Russo doesn't get it. Fucking Eric Bischoff doesn't get it. They don't get it. That guy doesn't get it. Nobody gets it. At what point do you guys get it? At what point do you guys understand? It's you. Everyone else sees the same shit. However, you are so blinded by this weird, culty desire for this to be something. Just be honest. The pop matters. The in the building matters. That's why the biggest concern I have as an AEW fan is the audience that used to be 8 to 12,000, depending on where they were, is now 1,100 to 3,000, depending on where they are. Next week, Blood and Guts is going to be in an arena of capacity. I believe up to 20K people can be there. They're only set up for a few thousand. They've only sold 3,500 tickets. That's TNA, guys. That's TNA ticket sales. That is other small company ticket sales. You want to be the big boys. You want to be where the best wrestle. You want to be the best company in the world, doing the best shows and the best entertainment. Well, you can only claim that if you can back it up. And you can't back it up as people stop coming to your shows. Blood and Guts. This is a big deal, right? You're going to do the first ever women's Blood and Guts, and you can't get half a building? Well, once upon a time you did. And a guy that a lot of people in the AEW fandom hate, a guy by the name of Phillip Brooks, packed those fucking shows. I saw the first Collision, or the first Rampage, sorry. That show got run off because it was so bad. Collision's not far behind it. Again, let's just be honest. It's not hate, it's reality. Danielson, I think that's the first time I really heard Danielson tonight. As Willow does bump Athena into Harley and Mercedes. I mean, anyone out there that wants to shit on Maxine Dupree can't do it if you're cheering for Harley Cameron. I love Harley Cameron, so I have to cheer. I got to give it the same love to what they're doing with Maxine. Maxine, not a great wrestler. Harley, not a great wrestler. But the people out there, oh, Maxine, shit. Can't believe she's fighting Becky. Go Harley and her puppet. Oh, what the fuck? Will it ever come to a point where you stop seeing AEW and take a break from it? I don't think so. As long as it's a mainstream thing, I want to watch it. And I mean, again, this is why I started this fucking channel, was AEW. Right? But because my opinion changed as the product changed, it's a different vibe. But I don't know. I don't want it to get to that point. I don't. I want to see it correct. I want to see the stories get better. I want to see the booking get better. Like, we're doing another stunt spot. And that looked crazy. Good job, Athena, with a double sidewalk slam or a fall-away slam. The fall-away. Razor would be proud. I love wrestling and a good banter. Glad to be here. Appreciate it, Ricky. It's what we're built on. Wrestling and banter. It's not a phase, Mom. Nobody gets it. As here comes the minion, who just looks so out of place. She don't look like a wrestler. She doesn't look like an athlete. She looks like someone's little sister. Stats out here, takes her out. Billy Starks, no physique, no nothing. Just looks like a random lady out of the crowd. Willow powerbomb on Athena. Harley comes in. If Athena gets pinned by Harley Cameron, so Harley Cameron and Willow move on in the tournament, and that's great. Harley Cameron pinning Athena. Fuck you, Tony Khan. Fuck you, Tony Schiavone. Just because. But that's crazy to me. That is absolutely crazy. People talk all the time about, oh, I can't believe so-and-so lost. Athena has been champion in Ring of Honor for almost 1,200 days and got pinned by Harley Cameron tonight. So I don't want to hear fucking shit when Maxine Debris becomes your IC title holder. BJ, the only person that get it are people stuck in their mother's basements who haven't talked to a woman or touched grass in years. Yes. I mean, again, I hate to paint everybody with the same brush, but I would say that they fit a mold. I've seen them. I get it. It always seems to be the case. I get mad when I get lumped in with them. What the fuck are we doing? But yeah, there's no sense to it all. I think the people in general, and I've seen a lot of, like, listen, I know people don't like him. I don't like him. I think he's a whiny little prick. But JD from New York hates AEW. What happened? That guy blocked me over AEW. He drank all the Kool-Aid. And now he's a pouty ex-bitch. Just bitching. And he always was. That's his method. But what the fuck? Those are guys that were diehard fans. Guys that you should have never lost. Guys that went to, like, first shows and big shows and him and his buddies. And you turn him off, then he turns his friends off. Then those friends turn off. You guys know, anyone out there old enough to remember Wayne's World? Well, I tell two people, and then they tell two people, and then they tell two people. That's what this is. And the more people that start to hate what you're doing, the more people that join in on it. It's just the way it is. That's why less people are buying tickets. And people can say whatever they want about the gouging that's happening in WWE, and it is, but they're still selling. Saturday Night Main Event was a sellout, I do believe. I don't know about Raw, but I'm assuming it was close. But that's the difference. If you're doing all this great stuff and you don't get it, well, then people should be packing the fucking building, shouldn't they? Merch Madness, let's go. Speaking of Merch Madness, we shirt people. Do I still have the poll up? Did I even put a poll up? Yeah, I did. All right. It's not a phase. I love that. That's so fucking awesome. Get shirted, people. There you go. We shirt people. Support the channel. Support everything. We appreciate it. The more you support us, the more we can do. The more we're trying to do. Nick and I trying to juggle life and love and all that fun stuff that you go with through a day-to-day and still come on here over 300 days a year. When we say we watch more live wrestling than anybody else, it's not even close, folks. It's not. Nobody can keep pace with us, and we will not stop. But the more you support us, the more you love us, the more that we can do for y'all. Merch matters. I like it, Anthony. We are in a commercial break, however. How we feeling out there on a Wednesday night? How you feeling? How did you like the first hour of the show? I don't need a number. I just want to know, are you into it? Are you happy? I thought the matches were okay. I thought Claudio OC, pretty good match. Pretty good. The women's tag match, okay. It was okay, had moments. I think there's too many spots in AEW's tag matches where it's just like it's all that stunt setting. You got to be able to get more fluid with it. I'm shocked that poor Athena takes another L. Another L. This lady could have had a record-breaking, well, she did have a record-breaking run, but her record will always have asterisks. She had 2 losses during her run. It's not a good choice. We sure, people. That is shout out to MDB. The Knee Pad Patrol coined that one. Jeff Hardy had a bigger debut in TNA than he did in AEW. Facts. Okay, so now we are talking about the national title, which Nick and I are going to be talking about tomorrow, folks. But what the fuck? A casino gauntlet match. Okay, so a gauntlet match, winner gets the title. I sure did. I like that. I like that. Where's my applause? I haven't used my buttons much today. Thank you. I know several in the chat have been shirted. What up, Valen? Sky's the limit. Zibby, okay. Keep supporting. We love it. First match was fun. Yeah, it was all right. I'm really surprised with all, like, again, we're hitting stunners and pile drivers, and we're doing this and we're doing that. As here come the Hurt Syndicate. Remember when I said Tony Khan lacks confidence and all this extra, the titles and the money and stuff? To me, like, if like members of the Hurt Syndicate are going to be in the gauntlet, and to me, that's where it feels like a chicken shit booker. Because instead of having Shelton or Bobby, who deserve it, go take belts off your guys, you just keep creating new belts. It's like, oh, I can't have them take those guys' belts, and they can't have those belts. Oh, and they can't have that one. I don't want this guy to get upset. That's what it feels like to me. So we'll just create another one. And now this guy has a belt. And then when you go through that little run of that guy having that belt, then that belt becomes meaningless. AEW live from downtown Houston. Yay. So full gear casino gauntlet match. And I'm gathering that Benjamin and Bobby are going to both be in it. Interesting. Are they going to fight? Will it come? What if it comes down to Bobby and Shelton? So now we are going to crown a now. Are we still not going through? Like, so have we abandoned the Ricochet storyline? Because they were still fucking with each other, last week? So are we just going to pivot? As MVP's picking Tony's nose for him. But the Hurt Syndicate's super over. You need to book more of these guys. Book the over talent. And I know I talked about Harley being Maxine Dupree. She is. Very similar kind of, if you get my drift. But she's over. Use her. Willow, super over. Use her. Use Willow more than you use Mercedes. Use Athena more than you use Mercedes. Use the people getting the pops. Use the people getting the reactions. I don't give a fuck how many flips you can do. I don't give a fuck how many tables you break. I want to see the people the fans are into get booked. Is that crazy to ask? Oh. So now they're going through the lineage of the national title, held by Dusty Rhodes, Great Chief McDaniels. Nobody gives a fuck. Zero fucks. Zero fucks. Zero. Nobody cares. Nobody. Bobby doesn't even give a fuck. So fucking stupid. Shout out. Thank you, Klaatu. Do appreciate the love. Z-Man, I'm struggling not to change the channel from Dynamite. Want to watch, but not that excited. Hope that changes. Always got the hope. Always got the hope. Tonight's been a weird night because everything's kind of like ranty about the side stuff. The actual show, not terrible. This show might be slightly more enjoyable than what I got on NXT. Give us some Buddha. Buddha, where's the butter?
Would you like butter on that, sir?
Oh, sir. Aha! Here comes Ricochet. But yeah, it's super appreciated. Klaatu and Chris jumping in there. Ooh, I think Spaz going to get knocked off that number one spot tonight. Held by Dusty Hose. I got hose. So is all three members of Ricochet and GOA going to be in the gauntlet? Another question. And they're booing him. Ricochet continues to get one of the bigger reactions in the company. You can say whatever you want about him. He is a fucking troll, but he's a good one. Book Ricochet sufficiently. Listen. But you want to give 12 belts to fucking Monet, who gets no pop. She has a chant in her fucking entrance, and there's no pop. It's built in. CEO. Shelton and Tony matching. That's cute. Jade and Julia made the TBS titles mean something, and only 5 people held it. 100%. I mean, it was a big deal when Jade finally lost the belt. And the TBS title has been beaten into obscurity. She doesn't defend it very often. When she does, it's a shitty match. It's Riho. It's Mina. It's shit we've seen before, or shit that doesn't hit. Emmy's back. Okay, yay, another Emmy win. Okay. So this rivalry, we've seen street fights, we've seen tornado tags, we've seen single matches, we've seen tag team matches, we've seen MVP beat the shit out of people, and pause on the rivalry, which is still here in front of us, because all of us are going to go into the Battle Royal to be national champion. But Ricochet to me would be a front runner for this. You have like somebody like Shelton or Bobby get really close, and then have Ricochet fuck him up to get it. I give all the props in the world. Like, again, I give credit where it is due. And he's getting a reaction, so book him. Jade and Julia got that one, and I would agree. Tully Blanchard, what about him? Oh, he held the belt. Nobody cares. You really think these young modern fans are fucking impressed that fucking any of those names that he said, oh, they used to have this title? Who gives a fuck? Start your own shit, Tony. This is so fucked. I would say, would you guys agree with me? Would you guys agree with me that Ricochet actually gives a better promo as a heel than he does as a babyface? There's an actual little bit of vibe to it. We hurt people. Bloody hell. TK wants to be a smart mark. I'm a casual. He wants to be fully in, fully committed, and you just want to keep it cash? I got you. I got you. I agree. Give it to Ricochet. Give it to Ricochet. Fuck it. Fuck it. Shut the fuck up. Me or him? I can't shut up. It would get boring. Then I'd just be like the other reactors. Yeah, that's no fun. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Ricochet. As we got Jungle Express in the back. Why are they wearing those dumb white jackets? I don't know. Again, it's like community theater. It's like going to improv. Like, you just show up at AEW and you put on whatever the fuck you want, and nobody thinks about it. There's no design team there's no one to critique you. I'm sure half the time Tony doesn't even know what the fuck the people are up to until he sees it on the monitor. Oh, nice hat. Nice jacket. Where'd you get those boots? What the fuck are we doing? Like, nobody's paying attention. All right, here comes Darby Allin. It's only 9:05. Holy shit. All right, I will put a poll up, folks. The night is rolling on. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. Remember, we are back tomorrow at 8 p.m., and we are here all week, every week. We got more coming your way as we are on crazy times. Blood and Guts is coming up. Gold Rush is coming up 2 weeks. 2 weeks of Gold Rush, which is crazy. We have Full Gear on the horizon. We have Survivor Series on the horizon. We have Turning Point from TNA. I think if Anthony can hear me, maybe he'll correct me. But I believe it's Turning Point up next. What the fuck, man? And when did the Death Riders? I thought this was like for Halloween. But now are they always doing like the Fiend thing backstage now? What the fuck is that? Danny. So, if you are keeping track at home, if Daniel Garcia can win this match, it would mean the Death Riders have the advantage going into Blood and Guts. For anyone, yes, day of the day. For those who are not aware, it's like War Games, right? So 2 men enter, then everyone else follows. So the heels will have the advantage going into Blood and Guts if Danny wins here. If Darby wins, there will be a definitive match on Saturday between Roddy and Mox. Again, I think if I was booking it, it would be Roddy versus Danny, Darby versus Mox, and you make the stakes high. But that's just me. Danny, Darby, took me forever to get to my fucking point. All right, get your votes in. Get your votes in before it's too late. Ricochet. Shut the fuck up. Tully. Bloody hell. We hurt people. I like it, man. So over. And all they had to do with the Hurt Business or the Hurt Syndicate is just lean into the fact that the crowd wants to cheer for them. And then go out and find guys like Ricochet that they can fight and fuck with. And I think Ricochet works well because we all believe that if Bobby got his hands on Ricochet, he'd pop his head off just by squeezing his neck. And that makes this fun because you want to see that, but Ricochet gets to be evasive. Ricochet gets to hide behind GOA. Classic wrestling. And I think because MVP is very protective of the booking of the Hurt Syndicate, we're seeing good pro wrestling angles working. The only thing we didn't get was a payoff with MJF, and I don't know whose fault that was. For what it's worth, I am a former NWA National Champion, 2005. Look it up. Right. Are you messing with me? Now I feel bad for all the things I said about no one caring, but we did care about the old guys. Let me see. You definitely got me intrigued, Corey. People say a lot of things on these streams. I don't know what's true. You said 2005? Vacated? Ricky Murdoch. Okay. All right. What am I missing here, Corey? That's amazing. They need to stop. They need somebody. They need controls. Like, it allows you to... Oh, what the fuck is this? Is that not a disqualification? Danny was roughing up the ref, but... And here comes Darby and whatever that tope was. A front flip tope. I don't know what the name is. Jurassic Millionaires. No, seriously, Corey, is that true? I feel bad for not knowing that. Yeah, let's go. All this time, I was unaware. That would maybe explain the avatar. A no contest. Well, how do you do a no contest in a series? If this match ties, then you almost risk. Somebody's got to get the win, Klaatu. Someone has to get a win here. You positioned it that even if it's a fuck finish, you need a finish. Yeah. The only thing I tried to say, Boston, about this is if you make the third match of the series on Saturday, could it help you sell it? Yeah, unless it's Moxley and Strong, I guess. I don't know. Why not have it Moxley Darby? It makes more sense from the build. But hey, usually, like the team captains fight each other, the peripheral guys fight each other. But what do I fucking know? Only watch thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of this nonsense. The reason the Hurt Syndicate isn't getting pushed is political. We all know it. They were WWE guys. Yeah, but to an extent, because they genuinely, There is a legit heat between MVP and Trips and the crew. There is no love there. So he should almost be like Moxley, where they just pull him into the mix. Garcia has to prove himself now. Fair enough. But I feel like, has that moment not swung by, Mr. Blue? You're my boy, Blue. The reason the Hurt Syndicate is, I got that one. Darby wins. What did the chat say? 83. So everybody on the Darby vibe. Yep. If you weren't watching earlier, Claudio beat Orange Cassidy. Therefore, the Death Riders are up 1-0 in a best out of 3. So if Danny can win here, Death Riders advantage come blood or guts. But the heels won more games. One time was when the Four Horsemen almost destroyed Brian Pillman. That's one of the classic War Games moments, and with Sid. But the Brian Pillman one was just outstanding. And again, they damn near killed him. Say his name and he appears. Anthony is here. Yeah, I saw Anthony when I was actually loading up the thing. Where's my buddy? Where's my buddy? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Darby for the win. Fair enough. Daniel 8 Mile. Garcia. Jesus Christ. Garcia wins. I might actually put my money on Slim. There you go. Turning Point is next Friday. There you go. Turning Point's on its way. Again, lots coming up here in the next little while. Then, of course, we'll have our year-end specials, our Christmas specials, the 4 Lifeys, the 2025 Golden KJs will be given out either at the start of 2026 or the end of 2025. We'll figure that out as we're working on it. But we got so much coming your way, folks, and we're still rolling. We're still not stopping. We're covering ball games. We're going to be covering the Super Bowl. We will be here for our annual Super Bowl party. If there's a very fair and just God out there, we might even be calling some, Toronto playoff games, some Bills playoff games. We're going to do it all. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, they're going to pull out all the stops. They're going to do little things. They're funny like that. So hold on tight. Their coats are inspired by One Piece. National. Yeah, I don't know that. NWA national champion one time. There you go. Hot chocolate. That's crazy. All right. Darby targeting Daniel Garcia. Now I'm like, Corey, you want to come talk about your NWA title? ABJ, all the smoke. Let's go. You have to be, by the way. You have to be. Right. I hear the WWE tickets are higher than AEW's. Is that true? By far. Huge. And I think AEW needs to use that to their advantage. And, don't say stupid shit like we're family friendly, because you're not. But say that we're more affordable. We're a better experience. We will give you better in-ring action. But you got to back it up. You can't just say it. But, again, you can bring a family of 5 to an AEW show for the cost of a WWE ticket. I do believe that WWE, especially under TKO, when your sole focus becomes the shareholders and becomes their dividends, you see I'm worried what happened to UFC is happening to WWE now. That is becoming my concern. And we'll talk about it over the next little while. We'll talk about it more tomorrow. But the UFC used to be the hottest fucking thing. We'd go to bars to watch it. We'd have parties to watch it. It was a big deal. There was a lot of big names. But you start selling the brand more than the athletes, and it loses its luster. When you start oversaturating the market because of the money, you start losing your luster. And I think these are all things. I know the sickos just want to beat the drum, but this is your chance. This is your moment, Tony. That if you can get your shit together and clean up your in-house, and instead of worrying so much about them, just worry about you. You'd be a lot better off, and you have an opportunity to truly do something. But just because AEW, like, there's some out there that have this thought process of, like, WWE is doing shit, therefore AEW is doing phenomenal. That's not how this works. You can both suck together, and you might be right now. That was so stupid. So stupid. So that's not a DQ. Wait, that's not a DQ. Now they're going to count him out. The fuck are we doing? And why would you shoot it from a camera angle that we saw that it didn't hit him? Why would you shoot it from a camera angle that showed it didn't do anything? That you just kicked it away from his head? Why hasn't Anthony been here? Anthony's been taking a little bit sabbatical. Life happens, and we've seen it. And we got nothing but love for Anthony. He's still kicking around, as you see in our chat. He's just been dealing with life, and that's all I can say for you, because to each their own. But I'm sure you will see Anthony's pretty face on this screen again, just like the other guys out there that we haven't seen in a while. You know, we got a nice little family here, and the three-headed monster that is the W4LN includes Big Anthony out there. So Big Nick, Big Anthony, big everybody. Breaking news, KJ, there's rumors that WWE Tony the NWA title for the one person in AEW for Cena tournament. Are you fucking kidding? I love that idea. We'll give you the NWA title. Did they even have possession of the NWA title? Would they have that? No, that would be Corgan, wouldn't it? I don't know what the fuck we're talking about now. But yeah, we'll trade you a bag of hockey pucks. Like, what are we doing? Just give us coke for a tournament. Danny Garcia is less interesting now. Danny's not good. Danny's not interesting. Danny's not exciting. Shockingly, this is my least favorite match of the night. It's slow. It's boring. It's doing all the extra shit. I'm not impressed by this match at all so far. The national belt last existed in WCCW. Yeah, 100%. I get that. I get the lineage. I get what they're trying to do. I just don't know that anyone gives a fuck. I give zero fucks. You have 900 championships. You do not need another fucking belt. You don't need this belt. It's embarrassing. Come on. Corey. I hear that. 100%. Darby Allin for the win. Yeah, he's got the Scorpion Deathlock on, where he should get the tap out any second now. And there you go. We actually get a tap out as he cranks back on that Scorpion Deathlock. And Yuta kicks him in the back of the head. Oh, it's Pac. Pac and Yuta look alike now, and it fucks me up. Not out of clothes, like not in wrestling gear. When they show up in street clothes, I gotta look closely to see who it is. These shaggy fucking mutts. What the fuck are they doing? I think Tony dropped the ball big time. MJF in the hurt, building absolutely nothing. Too much MJF shit hasn't led to anything, Rants. And welcome back, sir. But OC here, So now we're getting a brawl. Yuta. The crazy knee. Here comes Claudio, who was victorious. Golden KJs. You better hold those brakes. Corey was telling the truth. No, I know. Hot chocolate. Shout out. You don't think. Shout out. I was just looking at it myself. It's the best shit ever. All this time, I feel bad that I didn't know. KJ, do Jefferson, Dan, comment. Now you're just confusing me. As Orange Cassidy and Darby are getting annihilated. Oh, Kyle's getting beat up. What were they even doing? He was dragging him by the foot. It looked stupid. I fucking loathe anything to do with the Death Riders. And if that wasn't apparent already, I'm just making sure y'all know. This shit sucks. This shit sucks. Roddy with the big knee. Now, Roddy will fight the Death Riders, or will fight Moxley to get the advantage on Saturday. But okay. I hate this shit. I fucking hate this shit. And I'll tell you why I hate this shit, because it's stupid. And it's dumb. Kyle O'Reilly runs out to help, gets beat up by 5 guys. Makes sense, right? Roddy throws one knee, there goes Moxley running away again. It's the same shit always. It's the same. For people that say other companies are repetitive, tell me when this stops being repetitive. Super Bowl party is a day before my B-Day. That's going to be good. That means your B-Day is on a Monday, which will be great. We have a real champ in the chat. Let's go. Our champ acknowledging former NWA champ, Hot Chocolate. His tag team partners, Hot Cocoa. I love this shit. It's beyond comical and ridiculous that Tony Khan keeps Athena locked away in Guantanamo Bay. Shake my head. How is she not on the main roster? Shake my head. LMAO, TK is cooked. I don't get it. And then you let her get pinned. And then you bring her up and you let her get pinned again. This is an asset. And I don't mean to, play it off that coldly. But she's an asset. She's a talent that you could be utilizing. This whole run could be utilized and explored. You remember when Asuka came out of NXT? Goldberg remembers. But when you got Asuka out of NXT and she was unbeatable and nobody was ready for Asuka, that's what you had with Athena. But apparently Harley Cameron was ready. Apparently Mercedes was ready. You just took everything that you've built or could have built with this outstanding run to this. And the losses hurt that. Wins and losses don't always matter, folks. But in these moments, you don't want, if you're going to beat Athena, beat her in a way that makes it matter. All right. We are in a commercial break, by the way, and we are rolling. How about a short interview with a subscriber or a member of the WFU on the lead into a stream? Just a thought. Klaatu, it's a very intriguing idea. We've toyed with something we might do in the members-only chats, which we will have a members-only this month coming up. It's interesting. It is an interesting one. Because then it becomes a debate of like, all right, if we bring on one person, then what about the other people? And so there's a lot of little things to figure out, but I think we might have a plan. So I try sometimes. UFC became oversaturated and there's no stars. Exactly it. And I know you said I beat you to your point. So let's echo that sentiment. That to me is becoming a huge issue. Again, I've been doing this for a few years now. And this year, more than any other year, I feel like I just can't breathe. I just can't stop. Every time I turn around, they're adding another fucking event. I don't love, like, even NXT events moving to Saturdays so they can own the Saturdays. To me, there's too much of it. And I feel like when the brand gets ahead of the athletes, you lose something because people like and support a brand. And in some cases, we see they get obsessive about a brand. But generally, in most sports, most entertainment, It's the personalities, it's the people, it's the stars that sell everything else, right? It's why you can do a blockbuster movie with the right star, because people are actually going to see that star, whatever they do. Same thing with music, same thing with sports. You can enjoy, like, I'm a big Maple Leaf fan, but when they're dialed in, you fall in love with the players. The Blue Jays, for me, is a perfect example. This current team that just went to the World Series, watching the interviews and seeing things that were happening and seeing how they carried themselves, you start falling in love with players like Vladdy. Then that transcends the sport, and that's what you're looking for. And I think Tony Khan wants too much of this show to be about Tony Khan, and I think the other company just, again, I've defended them in the past of their job is to make money. But when the brand is the thing you're pushing more than everything else, people give up. And you keep shoving it down our throat. I think Trips has got he needs to have a fucking moment where he kind of works some shit out. But by the way, FTR are here. And they are your number one contenders for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Holy fuck, they went from obscurity to number one contender. Lickety split, let's go. You guys are fucking killing me. Where's Cope and Cage? Remember they did this big angle, and then Cope said, I gotta go. And then Cage went, fuck it, I'll go with him. It's a thing they do. You have this big build-up. Cope and Cage are back together. 2 matches, MIA. Bad, man. Bad booking. And now Edge might be in the tournament. God help us all. Misfit, thank you for the super chat. Why are we getting Fletcher versus Briscoe again? Do they want me to run through a wall? They want fucking Briscoe to run through a wall. Now, the thing about this one, Misfit, is if he gets beat again, he has to join the Don Callis family. Does that make you more or less excited to see this shit? Because I don't know. I love Mark Briscoe. I think Kyle Fletcher's outstanding. Oh, wait a minute. Bro Dito has been locked in the dressing room by Bibbins. Bibbins, you fucker. Yeah, I don't quite understand it. And again, I always caution the fans, when you're going to criticize the competitors or criticize the brand that you're not fond of, you better make sure that your crew isn't doing the shit you're pointing fingers at. And Fletcher and Briscoe are a perfect example of, I can't believe we're running that back. Yeah, right. I get it. Jevin, Vince would more likely be open to it if he was still in WWE, but no longer with WWE. Unfortunately, I think a couple things. One, the buck stopped with Vince. Now, Triple H is the face of the thing, but the buck doesn't stop with Triple H. It's a different animal, right? If Vince wanted to do something, Vince did it. For better or worse, Vince did it. But I almost feel like Vince was more willing to do something fucking outlandish. And listen, I was here when I started this channel. I fucking loathed what they were doing in the WWE. I hated it. Fucking hated every bit of it. But I feel like they were more willing to try random shit back then. I give Cribs credit because he's willing to book some of the talent that we would probably never see. And who is that? So Bro Dito's been locked in the dressing room, and FTR, I believe, is talking to Bandito's mama and a masked dude. Bro Dito's brother. Bandito's brother. Okay. Dax is fucking with Bandito's mama. Trip is Tom Wobstat from Succession. That's fucking funny. I told y'all Bivens was in the garden. You're right, Bivens. Bivens causing trouble. And that's the role that Bivens should be doing. And this is why FTR should be booked better. And I said it a couple weeks ago, when I tweeted out my little clip, and Dax just said, I'm trying. And it made me feel like Dax knows that he's being booked like shit. So I think he's hoping and trying for more. And at least this, This should be an outstanding match. One-on-one, no bullshit. Brodito against FTR. It has all the makings for a great fucking match. Locked in. I think TKO is always going to do what's best for business. Yeah, but see, here becomes the debate, Jose. To me, what's best for business is an exciting, invigorated fan base that wants to engage and it wants to be a part of your programming. They want to buy the merch. They're into the stars. I think if you start boxing everybody out, and again, they still sell out. Oh, what the fuck? So Bandito's little brother is defending Bandito's mama. And Brodito can't get out of the locker room. Oh, Brody, I actually like that. That's good shit. I think but yeah, I mean, again, I would rather, I mean, it becomes a question of, would you rather sell, 5 things at $100, or would you, do you want to sell fucking 20 things at $50? Like, you got on it, like, you pick your poison, and I think I just fucked up my math because I'm distracted, but you get the gist, right? You can sell more for less and still get to the same conclusion. But you run at your own risk. You don't want to be the UFC. And I understand that TKO is modeling what WWE is doing after the UFC. I don't give a shit about someone said branding everywhere, and they had like pictures of the WWE logos. Okay, and the advertisements I don't care about. That's your ad money. I don't give a fuck. Just put on good shows and make it reasonable. And you don't try so fucking hard. As we are now getting a shout out on the this book is elite. They locked the dressing room. That's hilarious. I'm rooting for FTR in full gear. He has ink on his palm. Who? So now we are getting a blood and guts hype package. $68 likes. We should get up. We should have more than that. We should have triple digits. Let's go. Be a friend. Tell a friend. She slapped him. Yes, get her. Yeah. Well, they got Mina into this package quick. Violent Hours, the Sick Ones. The name of the song is Sick Ones. That's all you need to know, folks. Again, I mean, what makes AEW kind of unique is they talk like they want to be a big time, but at the end of the day, Tony just wants to amuse himself, and he has the money to do it. It's crazy. Gravity isn't even signed anymore. Was that Gravity? I wasn't even paying attention. Was that Gravity? That's how little that made sense. Holy fuck. He'll be fucking teaming up with Dragon Lee next week. Oh yeah, his brother. Okay, yeah, it all comes full circle and click together as here comes timeless Tony Storm. Why? Okay. Remember the unification match at All In? Neither does AEW. Yeah, no, it doesn't. How is it unified? And again, now we have a national title. So we had an Atlantic title. We have an international title. We had a continental. Now we have a national. Like, we're running out of fucking names for these belts. Like, what's next? I showed up to work belt? Like, what the fuck do we do? But here comes Mina Shirakawa. Business is picking up, folks. So we still have 25 fucking minutes left. For all the praise I did of this show early, it feels like it's dragging the fuck on. I feel like it never fucking, like, it just, let's have a breath. I really ordered 3 Blaze pizzas with green goddess salad and s'mores pie. Okay, you said some things in there that sounded great. Blaze, is that Blaze Pizza? Is that the fucking Is that owned by like Shaq or fucking LeBron? Somebody owns that. I think I've only ever seen a Blaze Pizza once, I think. Am I confusing that with something? Blood and guts, they're not very prevalent in Canada, AB. Blood and guts, somebody about to get fucked up. I'm concerned. So here comes Megan Bain. Shut up, says Tony. So Tony Storm is on commentary as, again, this is match number 1. Megan Bain will now be taking... funny, Megan Bain comes out with Penelope, who's in a sling. She will be taking on Mina because Queen Aminata's hurt as well. So injuries aplenty across the board in all of wrestling. Probably tells you we're doing something wrong. I'm just saying. Think about it. It's more injuries than I've ever seen in my entire life as a wrestling fan. Maybe we're not doing it right. Misfit, stop. My stomach hurts. What did Misfit say? This just in, the new AEW Twitter X Bitching Championship match between Ricochet and Dax. Facts, right? Just fucking belts for everything. We can get this down. The promo champion. Thank you so much again, Misfits, for the $5, by the way. Yeah, right. I keep saying TK is more like VKM than Triple H is. That should be better. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. All right, at least Mina and Megan and Penelope are on screen. I really got that one. Yeah, you have to be Blaze. Blaze Pizza sucks. Yeah, I don't know it enough. Don't have an official opinion. Bailey is the second showcase star. For what? I live in a small town and the cops rolled 3 deep. Less painkillers, KJ. Never take painkillers. They have vitamins, and those, even when I crush my arms, I never touch painkillers. Angel Food Cakes ratings. They need some. Kyle Fletcher is AEW's answer to having bald Heath Slater. What? Maybe. Best pizza anywhere. Machino's, Port Huron, Michigan. I've been to Port Huron. I never had Mencinos. Mencinos? Do I add the H? Okay. Big fan of pizza. So, Penelope. Why is Penelope in her gear? Yeah, is it? She's like, fuck it. I'm still a wrestler. Can you see Megan Bain as a future? Well, yes. Kyle, Megan Bain should have come in and been pushed. But again, this is the Mercedes effect in a way. Tony was in something of value. You easily could have Megan Bain come in and crush some fucking skulls and be this big, fucking Amazonian fucking world beater. But instead, she's 50-50 booked like everybody else. Everybody else. I win some, I lose some. I do a street fight, I bleed a little, I win some, I lose some. Why is Penelope Ford with her husband Kip the Gimp Sabian? Not with her. Oh, I mean, that's... I have no idea, sir. She getting paid to be here. That's why. Tony Khan has a huge announcement. His huge announcement is Intergender Championships. You're not serious. Devin, I really hope you are fucking with me at this point. Because if they're going to announce this in addition, what the fuck are we doing? But yeah, I don't know. That can't be real. I will say this though, because I did just look down on Twitter. For all the people out there, if you are a diehard tribalist, you're an AEW sicko, and you want that in your life, that you somehow are so infatuated with a wrestling program that's on TV, that you defend it tooth and nail and you hate watch the other company. That's your choice. That's your prerogative. But can we stop? Like, can we take a step back? And before you type something and put it on the internet, can you stop and think? I'm going to make fun of the company that didn't hit 1 million in ratings on Halloween when my company is barely breaking 500,000. It's a weird brag, right? It's like me making fun of fucking, fucking Jeff Bezos worth. Oh, that guy lost 50,000. Okay. That's like me making fun of that. I don't got that money. Like, he's okay. He can lose whatever he wants. It's just a weird flex all the time of like, look how shit they did. They're doubling you on a shit week. Please try and remove your heads out of your asses. I know somehow pointing out the downfalls of the other company make you feel better about yours, but they're still kicking the shit out of you. Help me understand. Guardian, I have no idea. I'm not clicking on that, sir. I could see TK announcing Blood and Guts title. Oh, a Blood and Guts title. Why don't they just do like a hardcore title? Why don't they just do a Blood and Guts title? Why don't they do that? And then you can have Moxley as the hardcore fuck 'em up title holder, and he can run around and twitch and snake out and try and be an actor when, sorry, Mox, it's not going to be a thing. But at the end of the day, why don't they just do that? Why don't they have, and then, or does that take away from the real wrestling we're always getting? Like, help me understand. Jose, this channel is keeping me. $4.99. Well, dear TK, I could use some income. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, listen, we support this. We promote AEW constantly. We support and promote all the companies we cover. That's why we love doing the independents. I know we haven't done as many independents as we have in the past. Scheduling has been a big thing, a part of that, but we still do, and we still do it more than anybody else. And I think that's the funniest part, because when we are critical or when we put out a clip that's critical, people instantly kind of jump on this like, oh, you're idiots, or you don't listen, or you don't watch. You don't even watch. I'm like, you are literally watching a clip of me watching. And it's weird kind of take on a lot of it. I think, all we want to do is see the wrestling be good. We want to support it. I'd much rather come on here and, have a laugh, have a good time. Yeah, we're going to debate. Nick and I are going to get in screaming matches about Dark State or Wendy Chu or Stairs. It's going to happen. Just like if you were hanging out with the boys in the basement, chilling out and all fucking arguing. Oh, she's awesome. They're great. I hate this. I hate that. You're crazy. That's what we wanted. And we are. We're holding strong. The only bad news about that, Jose, is I think by the week we piss off more sickos and more sickos and more sickos, and we're not trying to. How about a KJ Foundation title to hopefully get you happy? That's very sweet. Maybe one day. Well, maybe one day. Facts. Too many acts. What are we doing? Only reason I watch. I appreciate it. Because Amplified is loving that WWE went under 1 million because he has a hard on for Triple H. Well, again, it's like all of them, but they're so fucking dumb. It's so nearsighted. We just talked about it. I can't believe they keep booking Jey Uso. I can't believe you keep booking fucking John Moxley. Like, again, it's like, Jey can't wrestle. Okay, what did I just watch? It's the throwing the stones. Oh, Harley Cameron's great. Oh, we're gonna book Maxine Dupree. Why are you doing that? She's shit. Aren't they the same? Don't they feel very similar? But again, these brags, these flexes, like, again, if you get to a point where you're competing and you want to say like, you got fucking less than 1 million, but we got 1.1. Fuck you. Great on you. But when you do 450 and they do 950, it doesn't, I don't know. And again, ignoring all the details. See, when people like amplified, or Meltzer, or whoever else. Well, AEW did 450,000 this week, and it was because the dog show was on. It rained outside. There was a funky smell rolling through Cleveland. Like again, there's just all these excuses. But WWE does a shit number, which we all expected, and nobody mentions World Series, Halloween. I don't know, maybe a couple reasons that didn't happen. But again, it's not a good look. I'm not defending WWE. WWE seems, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow, as Shirakawa, Marina Shafir is just choking the shit out of Tony Storm out of nowhere. Marina's in the ring, lost. And Megan Bane's about to win as she does a flying clothesline. The whole fucking show stopped. Tony fighting back. And we're botching all over the fucking place. Oh, she planted her. Holy fuck. Megan Bane with the win. That was a power bomb that Ahmed Johnson would have flinched at. But there you go. Just like the men, the heels get the first advantage match under their belt. 2 matches on Collision for the women this weekend. And now we got to run over, just like we just did with the men. We separated it. Stretch it out. We just saw this. Just with penises. What the fuck? My God. Do you not look at your programming? I don't get, no, seriously, I don't get why we're getting, exactly, right? Exactly what I was just talking about. Absolutely, unequivocally asinine. I feel like Tony Khan has ran into lazy booking across the board in a lot of ways. Trios matches, 8-man tags, money matches. As here come all the babies. Harley can barely run because her dangs won't stay in her top. Hater here, wrestling in a Canadian tux. And now, Mercedes got off her ass. And she stopped. And here comes Stat. Stat reminds me of Matt Hardy, circa 1996. In this particular outfit tonight. Breaking news, TK will announce the Sicko belt. Yeah, that's it. We need a Sicko championship. I don't get it, Rand. And that's where I say, like, the fans that are criticizing the other company, let's just worry about this. Because the WWE's got problems. The WWE feels cold. But the women are standing strong. Hater's going to take on Sky Blue. Here's the dilemma. Here's my dilemma. Thekla versus Harley. Why would the baby faces send out their worst talent in the third match? You understand that that's a problem? That's a booking problem that doesn't quite add up? Okay, that literally felt like the end of the show. Anyone else feel like they just ended the show? I think we should cover Evolve someday on this channel. Damien, it's been thought about. We've been talked about. I wondered, right? But the thing for us is we're always trying to maximize what we do. And we just didn't know that enough people would be interested in the developmental of the developmental. That becomes the concern there and becomes the question. I would love to tune in and I keep up with Evolve. I know what's going on in Evolve, but programming wise, would Evolve bring enough attention? And does it take, like, do we kind of do like the split, like Evolve AEW? We'll watch both shows and keep you up to date, or do we just watch Evolve and then turn on to Dynamite, or forget Dynamite altogether? I don't know. It is a good question, and don't get me wrong. I know Evolve's going to do some special shows, so it is something that I think we want to try and get onto. Garlic pesto, fresh mozzarella ham sausage, pickles, sausage. Where are we going with this? I added pickles for fun on a sesame seed bun. Banana peppers, black olives, green peppers, yes. Red peppers, oregano, barbecue sauce, pesto, arugula. Did we say pesto twice? Sweet honey, drizzle. A lot of that sounds good. Keep me the fuck away from an olive. My blazing days are far behind me. Klaatu. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, I highly recommend it. but I'm not a doctor. So you are literally watching a clip of me watching. Actually made me laugh, right? Like, what the fuck? You never watched this show. What the fuck? You think I just dressed this up and started talking randomly? I mean, highly possible, but it is a reaction show, fuckface. Not you, them. I just want to be a sicko. It doesn't take much. Stop showering. Don't go outside. Forget what women look like other than through a TV screen. And maybe kidnap a couple of people, apparently. It doesn't take much. You got to drink the Kool-Aid. KJ needs to do a duet with Nick singing, playing with the boys. Let's go. Yeah, Nick and KJ karaoke. That's what we're down. CM Punk is the cover star of WWE 2K26 Standard Edition and Special Edition. Bailey is on the cover. Again, people can. I've seen a lot of hate and a lot of heat for Punk out there, and I don't care what anyone says about CM Punk. I don't care. You can't deny what he's doing right now. Does he give you the hottest match? No. He's old. He's not who he was. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. The main event. I don't care. I truly don't give a fuck about this main event. Oh, my God. The trios title is on the line, folks. I will put a poll up. Because why the fuck not? What else are we going to do here tonight? First and foremost, the Ops was one of the funniest groups ever thrown together because it really kind of didn't make sense on the surface. And there was really no history to bring, like Shibata, Hobbs, and Joe, which, I mean, great. But how did we get here? How did y'all end up in the same place at the same time? Help me understand the story to building this up. But yeah, no, sorry, I got distracted. But yeah, no, I mean, like, what the fuck are we doing? Here comes Hook and Eddie. Eddie looks ready to fucking fix my transmission. Here comes Hangman Page with somebody's child. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a child that's been walking down the ramp. If somebody would claim him from the lost and found.
Would you like butter on that, sir?
Right. Butter's up. Butter's up. Botch butter. Botchy fucking everywhere. 4 matches tonight. This will be the 5th match. And again, a lot of you guys I know watch as much wrestling as I do. You guys are here watching it with us. Like, again, did any of these matches stand out as like, these are phenomenal matches? Like, I told you earlier, I saw a clip with Dave and Brian, and they're going on, and Dave has this wiring of like, oh, it's a given that, Dynamite, AEW, definitely better matches. Always better matches. Why is that a given? And even if once upon a time that is true, which once upon a time it was 100% true. But why can't things change? Are you going to give WWE any credit for anything that they do? No, probably not. But what are we doing with this? Like, you just, like, we just shrug and go like, oh yeah, they always give good matches. So when I watch Riho versus Mercedes Moné, I don't understand why that's not a good match. What do you mean? When I get these shitty Moxley matches, what the fuck are we talking about? Megan Bayne and Camille should be the AEW Women's Tag Champions. That would be unstoppable, Corey. It'd be so strong. Megan Bayne to me is a star, just needs work. Camille, well, we don't know the true story. We don't know the true Camille story. Big kick from Shibata. The weird thing is, like, the Ops were like baby faces a couple weeks ago. And technically, Hook was the heelish one, had issues with Joe. Remember, we didn't get a payoff for that either? Too many things don't pay off in the ring in this company. I hate being amplified. I hate because Amplified, he banned me. I'm not even sure who that is from his stream, but I found this stream, which is way better. Bash, That's what we like. And again, we've had people come into this chat and they start, and there's people currently in this chat that started on the wrong foot with us. But you have to do something egregious to get blocked. You really got to piss us off or be ignorant to get blocked. We want to talk. We want to debate. I've been blocked by people. JD's blocked me. Others. I just wanted JD to validate his fucking point. But apparently asking somebody to be like, explain yourself, motherfucker, is too much of an adult manly thing to pull off. So they'll just block you and run away. But I'm glad you found us. I'm glad someone else blocked you. And again, those who want to stay in the silo, those who only want to hear what they, make them feel good, will block out the noise. We take all types of shit from this chat, and we don't even shy away from it. We click on 80, 90% of it if we can. Oh, yeah, you said something bad? Let's talk about it. Now, we might shit all over you when we do it, but it's earned. I hope Megan runs fast as she can when her new contract comes up. There's too much potential being wasted. Yeah, I would say so. And I feel that way about a few people. I really do. I mean, Megan looks like an absolute star. Could you imagine before Megan ever came to AEW, we get like a series for maybe 4 or 5 weeks of just these vignettes, and you kind of like sell it. Oh, shit. And then the internet's buzzing. It's Megan Bayne. It's Megan Bayne. Oh, my God. It's Megan Bayne. Have you seen Megan Bayne? She's awesome. She's gorgeous. You got to see her. She's a fucking beast. She's going to kill everybody. And then she walks through the door in the middle of one of Mercedes' fucking nonsense celebrations and kicks her in the fucking face. I'm here for that belt. And then maybe you set up a match. And the new star and Mercedes, get into it. But Mercedes is ducking and dodging and diving and getting out of the way and doesn't want to be involved. And, wants no part of Megan Bayne. And finds a way to maybe cheat to win, and everyone's outraged. And then you run it back, and maybe this time Megan is the time that Megan crushes her and gets the belt. Simple. And you can kill 5-6 months of compelling, interesting story building off of all that shit. Right? Maybe have a third match. Maybe Sasha needs help. There's options there. But Megan coming in, like they have this thing about like started from the bottom, now we're here kind of thing, like still there, still at the bottom. I started at the bottom, I'm at the bottom. What the fuck are we doing? Am I supposed to go somewhere? Am I supposed to climb up? I don't get it. Everyone's kind of where they started, right? You don't see guys like Shibata move up and down the roster. You don't see Megan Bayne move up and down the roster. Kyle Fletcher is kind of stuck in the middle. Will Ospreay's been in the middle since he got here. Blows my fucking mind. If they don't fast track his title run when he returns, they're fucking dumb. But it's just a lot of everyone's status quo. Like, this is our rank and file, and if anybody tries to ruffle our feathers, we'll just push you out. I don't get it. Make the best show you can. Fuck the egos. Fuck the feelings. Fuck, you're putting on a show. You're making a show. Make the show good. Oh, I don't want to go under. Fuck off. Right? You saw it with Moxley. Oh, I got to get it back. You can't just beat Moxley up. Moxley's got to set you on fire or drink some fucking lighter fluid in front of you to, still feel like a man, but he lost. But you won the match. I won the war. Like, it's fucking stupid shit. Hook really only knows suplexes. Hook is 12 years old, and I don't want to watch him wrestle. Period. Help me help you is our motto. That's the fucking idea, right? Fuck, what are we doing here? Help yourselves, and then we'll go from there. The little guy from New York literally banned people from his check because they didn't like Gunther. He has mods banning people. Yeah, I asked him on Twitter, why would I take his WWE Raw review serious at the time when everything AEW did was amazing and everything WWE did was trash? I asked, how do I take your Raw review serious if you're wearing an AEW hoodie while you do it? And he blocked me. That was the end of that. Again, guys like him don't want to really fight. Guys like him don't really want to battle. Guys like him don't really want to go toe-to-toe. They want to scream and yell at the monitor. I love screaming and yelling at the monitor. You guys tune in every Wednesday to watch me rant and rave and go nuts. But I would also do it to the person's face. And if your show and your opinion is so strong and so good and so dialed in, convince me. But if you come with weak shit, what you do is you block people out because then you go, look, you get to flex. Like, look how strong I am. Don't look, all these people agree with me. They see it the way I see it. Yeah, because you fucking cut out a village to get to that point, and all that you're left is with your own little fucking echo chamber. Yeah, Eddie and Hook, two bad wrestlers. Eddie's not what he. Eddie should be player coach. Eddie should be a manager. Samoa misses the senton. Eddie's trying to get a tag. It's kind of funny with Joe and Kingston in the ring right now. Not the most physically aesthetic dudes. Nothing but love. But still. Hook is a baby. Taz in training. For sure. But I don't know, man. I don't know. He doesn't feel like Taz. He's just a kid. It's just the issue isn't Hook. The issue is how Hook's booked. Look what they did with Dom Dom. Dom Dom was Mysterio's little boy that we thought should get relegated back to NXT, and now he's one of the biggest stars in wrestling. And people can say whatever they want. Dom can't wrestle. Dom's this, Dom's that. Dom's one of the biggest stars in wrestling. Love it or hate it, for better or worse, that is a fact. Undeniable. One of the biggest fans in the entire company and across the board. As Hangman going up and a blind moonsault. Didn't even check. I think that was a 3. Did he just count 3? We got 2, but did I make that up? It looked like a 3. Ring awareness. Daniel Bryan trying to save face. Oh, ring awareness. Didn't even look over his fucking shoulder to make sure there was something to hit. Hobbs wasn't there when he started climbing. And we got a half a tope. We just got the toe. Nice leg sweep. And again, everybody in. Everyone's throwing blows. 62% for the ops. Hook trying to lift Shibata. Shibata not letting it happen. Now he sweeps the leg. Hangman back up. And the ref stands there with his thumb in his ass. My God, I wish they would just exhibit some rules. Tony Khan did amazing building Megan for her first 2 months as a savage, if you remember. But in classic TK fashion, he fed her to Tony Storm. I'll give you that. Fair enough. Like, she came in, you were like, oh, shit, Tony's in trouble. And, one and done. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. We can run back, Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher 7 times. But Megan, one and done. Paul. I'm just here. Right? How do you feel about Hobbs' big green fucking knee pads? By the way, the trios matches, Hobbs is up the ramp with Paige. Now remember, Paige's real beef is with Joe. Discus forearm. They fucking love that shit. Hook tweaked his back. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Overrun. Always an overrun. We're at 10:04. The last 35 minutes of this show felt so long. And now we're in an overrun. And Hobbs compactor slams, that drop forward slam through a table. Your world champion has been laid out. Not by the guy who's going to fight at Full Gear, but by one of his friends. I think I'm okay. People are going to go nuts. The sickos right now, oh my God, off the stage through a table. Best Dynamite ever. What the fuck are we talking about? I go, how so when people tell me I'm wrong, KJ? Yeah, how so? Yeah, I'll have that talk. What we deal with a lot doing this is just a lot of the absolutes and a lot of the blanket statements and a lot of the repetition, the sheep. They just regurgitate what someone else already said. All right, prove me wrong. I want to be wrong. What am I missing? Why is this main event not overly exciting me right now? Well, I can tell you why, but can you tell me why I should like it? Oh, fucking Hangman went through a table, and he'll get up and for the pin. Oh, wow. Hook taps out to a torture rack. Tonight was a bit of a night of flat finishes. Am I wrong? Hobbs looks like he should be the next world champion. Not Joe. Hobbs throws the world champion from the stage. Goes back in the ring. Picks up the twig that we call Hook. And bends him like a hook. And gets the tap out. Gets the fucking tap out. So who's fighting for the title at Full Gear? Is it Hobbs or is it Joe, who just out of breathly hugged Eddie while he was trying to save Hook? Hook's books suck. Hook should go to NXT. I think that would be beneficial for Hook. But ladies and gentlemen, 7 minutes after 10, we are done. We are off the air. That is Dynamite. That is the show. Give me your rating out of 10. What did you like? What didn't you like? What was good? What was bad? What was in between? How do you feel about this one? And I'll tell you out the gate before we even get to the ratings, it did pretty good tonight. It's going to do a little better than normal. There were good things in here. And I took a little advice from my buddy Boston and, didn't super hyper focus, trying to give credit where credit is due. Still lacking some shit. Very flat finishes. And again, shit needs to make sense for me. Is Hobbs fighting Adam Page at Full Gear for the title? No. Then Hobbs shouldn't look like the baddest motherfucker in the match. Am I wrong about that? Like, we get this, right? Like, you want, like, if you're going to have Hobbs annihilate the champion and then stretch the fuck out of Hook, it feels like Hobbs is the number one contender. Better than NXT, worse than Raw. Ooh. Yeah, it's right there. I feel like this has been a hodgepodge average week. Like, I'm here, 6.5, 6. I'm right there. The main event sucked. I don't know why Tony Khan seems to put the shittiest matches last all the time. There was better matches on this show. And again, I think if I was booking, next week is Blood and Guts. I think the last thing I would have saw tonight was all the men brawling. And maybe fucking the women too. Throw them all out there. 20 people just fucking beating the shit out of each other in the name of Blood and Guts. All I got out of the ending of this show is Hobbs should be the number one contender. And there are no rules. And it makes it hard to watch. It takes the excitement out of it. Again, I don't want to sound like old man standing screaming at cloud here, but it's like anything else. It's like if you took a song and then you took the bass line out of it, what are you going to have? Right? You know what I mean? Like, it's important to have the refs work, and it's important to have that part of the storytelling because it makes the matches better. We're not doing it. We're not asking for that part of it to be put in because it makes the wrestling worse. It actually makes the wrestling more compelling. If anybody watches sports, you know how big the referees can be when it comes to sports. So if you're the sport-based wrestling, if you give us the best pro wrestling matches, and guys like Uncle Dave, you can shove it up your ass, Dave, because 20, 30 years ago, you'd be shitting all over wrestling companies for shitting, for stomping on the refs, for not tagging, for not following the rules. Somehow, your butt buddies, oh, that's okay. We can go with that. We're good with that. But let's be real. It makes it better. Mello says 8. I feel like 8's a little high, Zippy. I don't know. A little. 4.75 knee pads. Overall, I think Dynamite was more entertaining. I mean, the ending was really fun at NXT, and I was goofing around last night, so I had a lot of fun with it. It's 6.5. I feel like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, meh. Like, just very mid across the board. Tonight was a little better. I mean, I've been very critical of Dynamite. It wasn't one of their worst shows. Like, I kind of want to say 6.5. I don't know that it was a 7 because you just got to fix some shit. You're right there, Tony. Have some nuggets. Klaatu, thanks for another entertaining evening. Good night to you and everyone. Appreciate it. Klaatu, as always, 5 out of 10. 3, 2, Ops take the hook. Yeah, it's so weird. The big facts, Dirty Dom is one of the biggest stars, not just in WWE and wrestling, period. Facts. Can't be argued, can't be denied. That's just on, like, visually, it's right there. People sometimes get their feelings involved. Well, I don't like him. So what? He's one of the biggest stars, whether you like him or not. Right? It's just the way it is. You just got to accept it. It's the way it is. I'm sorry. Match, it was very sloppy, very clunky. There was a couple spots. There was one spot where you could see them looking at each other like, who's supposed to do what? You go that way. I don't like Hangman climbing up the ropes and Hobbs coming into position. Like, Hobbs wasn't even in the neighborhood when he started climbing to do that moonsault. He does the blind moonsault. If you're going to do it to the floor and you know there's a group there fighting, you run up and you flip, great. Little picky. That's nitpicky of, just it looks stupid when the guy didn't know there was no human to jump on when you started climbing. You get to the top and then you do your flip and he just happened to be there. Thank fuck. At that point, I want Hobbs to catch him and drop him on his head. I digress. Bum, bum, bum. All right, 4.75. Let's get some ratings and get the hell out of here tonight. I will remind everybody we are back tomorrow. Dirt sheet debate. Lots to talk about. Is the WWE in a cold phase? Are they creatively cooled off? Did the Triple H honeymoon run out? We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the last time is now tournament. John Cena, Boston. We're going to talk about Cope and Jericho. We're going to talk about Meltzer getting phone calls while he's on a podcast. We're going to talk about all the stuff, but 7 out of 10, 0 out of 10. National Stress Awareness Day, Jose. I know I made a joke earlier, but I feel like everybody's aware of the stress. And when we come to places like this and we sit back, you grab your vibe, you grab your feel good, and we can let all that stress go. So shout out National Stress Day and welcome to, the stress-free environment that we provide. Until me and Nick start screaming at each other about something. Got that one. 7, 6, 7 from Jerome. 5. Now, see, I can vent. I understand what. To me, someone saying 7 out of 10 pizza. I mean, that's fair. I could understand that this week. Of like, okay, you liked a couple things more than I did. 7 seems okay. 8 might be a little too rich for my blood. My rating 6.5. Not that exciting to watch, but we'll watch it again next Wednesday. Hashtag wrestling fan for life. Let's go. I felt like the last chunk of it, like if we could get out of the show in the last like 35 minutes and it was a little more energized, it would have got a better mark. But I felt the last 35 minutes of the show was very boring. Don't do a men's brawl and then follow it with a women's brawl. Separate that shit. Be a better booker, be a better producer. You can't have the same things back to back. I don't want similar meals day to day. Like, we're going to have chicken tonight. We're having steak tomorrow. Like, spread them out. We'll have chicken on Monday and Friday. Spread it out. Song with treble. They're right. Like, turn the treble up. 7 out of 10 pizzas. We got that. 7 out of 10 show. I liked the matches. So if you can't see someone's comment, they blocked you, right? What do you mean? Maybe. Like online here, I don't know, but online, yes. 5 out of 10. Hangman, Adam Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs, Falls Count Anywhere match. Official. No, shut up. No. You're going to do a Falls Count Anywhere during the same night as 2 Blood and Guts matches, and you're going to do it with Hobbs when you have Full Gear. Oh, Damien, I'm not going on a rant. I'm going home. I'm going to bed. Fuck this shit. But that's bad. That's stupid booking. That's the indulgent booking, that over the top, the hot shot booking that Tony can't help himself. You got to let the fucking Blood and Guts speak for itself. You're going to do a Falls Count Anywhere match next week? Woo! At least we got lots to talk about. 5 out of 10. Kind of meh. I like that, Jose. I really do. Facts, Jose. All right. I'm going to try and 10 out of 10 stream. Thank you, sir. Thank God I didn't watch. Key one. Someday I'll say that. Wednesday night rants, 15 out of 10. I appreciate it. Got nothing but love. AEW is 5 out of 10. I like the main event. Okay. I thought the main event could have been cleaner. Daniel Barry, sports highlights as I get out the door. Happy Wednesday, sir. Hope you are well. Are the ops ravers now? I have fucking no idea. I don't get it because now you're making Hobbs look like the guy. So make Hobbs the number one contender, not Joe. Joe's the old veteran. He's had belts. He's been your champ. This is your chance to put Hobbs on a platform. Hobbs versus Hangman. This way, if Hobbs loses, not a big deal. It's his first chance at a real gold, like a real shot. And Hangman can be strong, and then you can always run it back or, give it time and you work out. I don't love that the Trios champion is involved with the world champion and the TBS champions involved with the tag teams, and the tag teams are involved with the IC, and the IC is involved with the Continental, and then everybody's involved with the National. Again, some clarity, some calmness, some planning, some organization. There's a lot of good opportunities here. They're that close, guys. Tonight could have been a better show. It's that close. Didn't suck, but it wasn't great. And that seems to be 2025 in wrestling is going out for a whimper. 2024, we talked about wrestling's back, the resurgence of wrestling, the renaissance of wrestling. And now it's, rest and repeat of wrestling. But anyway, can't make new stars. I think both companies are kind of struggling with that. Part of that is the fan base, though. Fan base either don't want new people to get chances, shit on the new people when they get chances, or hate the good people that deserve the chances that are getting the chances. So the fans got to change how they watch. And I saw a guy today, and it's the last thing I'm going to say before I say goodbye. There is no other form of entertainment out there that the fan base eats their own like wrestling. I see daily dozens and dozens and dozens of accounts dedicated to shitting all over wrestling. And I don't get it. I really, truly don't get it. I go off. I'll give you guys a good rant, but I want to see it succeed. I want to see the fans have fun. I want to have fun. That's why I started doing this nonsense. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't need to be here. I can do something else. But I like this, and I want the wrestling to succeed. But we got to stop eating our own. We got to support. Let's fucking, not all the wrestling's terrible. But the wrestling companies need to pick their socks up because there's a lot of things going on in this world, a lot of entertainment options. So if they don't fucking deliver some consistent shows, people are going to wander off, and they have before, and they will do. Overrant. There you go. I'm over ranting. The overrant. I love that, actually. But ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. Like I said, we are back tomorrow, 8 p.m. We will hit the dirt sheet debate. We're going to dive into some of the fun stuff going on in the world without the wrestling going on. Nick and I do so many of these streams. We're trying to get our arguments in and our points across while the shows are going on. The dirt sheet debate is our chance to just yell at each other and not have to, tope. But I appreciate you. I got nothing but love. If you can hear my voice right now, thank you for everything. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, be a part of the shows, be a part of the family. Follow all our socials. On behalf of Anthony, on behalf of Big Nick, I'm Mr. Everynight, KJ White. Have a good night. I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.